day. Having a glass of wine is different from becoming intoxicated with it on a daily basis. Here are 2 verses to keep in mind. 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy the devil prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity and debauchery, idolatry and witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy and rage, rivalries, divisions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. Now, let's talk more about recovery. We've talked about recognizing situations that lead to bad thoughts. We have also talked about how to recognize our thoughts before they become behavior. Can you recognize your feelings? Sometimes, people don't allow themselves to have certain emotions. Sometimes people aren't honest with themselves about their emotions. When you mislabel emotions or deny them, you cannot address them and they build up inside you. Are you aware of physical signs of certain feelings? Maybe you get an upset stomach when you are anxious, bite your fingernails when you are stressed, or shake when you are angry. Think about the emotions that trouble you and try to identify how they show physically. How do you cope with your feelings now? How do you respond when you experience negative emotions? How do your feelings affect you and others around you? For instance, do your feelings interfere with your relationships with others? Do people avoid you, try to keep you from getting upset, or try to make you feel better? Focus on 1 or 2 emotions you need to cope with better. How do you express your emotions? It is important to find an appropriate way to express emotions. You can express feelings indirectly, or you can express feelings directly to others about whom you have feelings. You need to learn in which situations it is appropriate to express feelings directly. You also can change your thinking in ways that result in your feeling different. For example, instead of saying, "I am so angry, she doesn't agree with me," I feel like using, you can frame your feelings as, "It's all right for someone not to agree with me," and using will not make anything better. Do not let out-of-control feelings drive you to using. Learning to cope with emotions means allowing yourself to feel and balancing an honest response with intelligent behavior. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is this feeling helpful? Is this behavior helpful? In what ways was your life out of control before you entered treatment? Have you noticed yourself behaving excessively in any of the following ways? Have you been working all the time, abusing prescription medications, or using illicit drugs other than the one you entered treatment for? Have you been drinking a lot of caffeinated sodas or coffee? Have you been eating foods high in sugar, exercising to the extreme, gambling, or spending too much money? What changes have you tried to make so far? Does the following sound familiar? I stopped smoking and using drugs. It was hard. Then one day, I gave in and had a cigarette. I felt so bad that I had messed up, so I ended up using substances again. This pattern is called the abstinence violation syndrome. Once you compromise one part of your recovery, it becomes easier to slide into relapse. Instead, forgive yourself for the cigarette, learn from it, and move forward with abstinence. Do you have a similar story from the past? What event led to your relapse? What major lifestyle changes are you making in recovery? Is it uncomfortable for you to make these changes? Are you avoiding being uncomfortable by switching to other compulsive behaviors? If so, what are they? Are there changes you still need to make? If so, what are they?